Hello, everyone. I've been thinking that I want to do, White Cloud video once a month. And I sat up in bed this morning, determined that I'd do this video this morning. And I thought, what am I going to talk about? As always, I've got nothing to share, really. So I've sort of given you a bit of decoration to look at while I'm waffling on. You go, oh, that's a nice plant. She's got, oh, that's a sweet little monk with a hat on. Or whatever. I truly have got nothing to say because what I have been doing is I've been binging on Downton Abbey. Yes, it's hit me at last. I went to see the first movie, never watched the series in my life, went to see the second movie, and I thought, right, it's winter, it's raining a lot. Don't know what's to be said about that, but there's some very strange stuff going on about all the rain in Queensland, like this big blob of weather that just doesn't move and just rains on us. It's quite odd and ridiculous. Who knows what's going on there? Anyway, so one is indoors, and I thought, right, I'm going to start watching the series of Downton Abbey, bearing in mind it's 6 seasons and there's about 10 episodes of 50 minutes each, and I finished it last night. My world has become Downton Abbey. So much so to the point that when I was down at my granddaughter's the other week, it was a birthday do, and this young chap was there, and he's obviously well into cooking, and he was showing his new barbecue and explaining how you can smoke the meat and all that. And I'm like, I'm not into food at all. But I thought, I'll be polite and take an interest. And what I was hoping to come out of my mouth was, do you work as a chef for a living? Type of thing, because he was so into food. But what I actually did and said was, I looked at him and I went, and do you have a career? What I'm trying to say is, do you have a job? And then I started laughing. I said, I'm so sorry. I've been taken over by Maggie Smith. I said, what I'm trying to say is, do you work as a chef for a living? It's like ridiculous. And then when I was recording the channeling for the other week to send off to Joe, I listened back because I have to edit bits where I make mistakes and things. And so I was listening to it, but I thought, oh, I have to scrap the whole lot, because I sound like the entire cast of Downton Abbey rolled into one. I was like, oh, I won't even try now because it won't work. But I was like, this is ridiculous. So anyway, I finished that last night. So who knows what's going to happen to my life now? Well, oh dear, I've got nothing to look forward to in the evening. So I'm sure I'll find something else. And I'm sure loads of people are writing saying, watch this series. The only other series I really got binged on was Schitt's Creek. I just found that the funniest thing. Anyway, this is a very spiritual, enlightening conversation, isn't it? See, I've got nothing to say other than I really enjoyed watching Downton Abbey because it kept my vibe up. I really enjoyed it. And I think at the moment, as those upstairs are saying, just do what keeps your vibe up. Whatever blows your blouse up, as I always say, do it. Because that's what we're here to do throughout all this horrendous stuff that's befalling us. If we can rise above that and go, no, I'm just not falling down that hole and thinking, God, this is absolutely horrendous. I am not going to go down that tunnel, that little rabbit hole. I am going to stay up here in the sunshine on my grassy knoll. What is a grassy knoll, for goodness sake? I'm going to stay up here in the sunshine, and enjoy a game of croquet or something. Enjoy a game of croquet. See? It's Downton Abbey, still with me. It's just about that, isn't it? And I'm just not allowing myself to be affected by all the rubbish that whatever you'd like to call it, that is going on. We have to stay in the high vibe. We have to, if you think, well, I haven't got anything, then find something. I'm going to have to find something now after Downton Abbey. Oh dear. Dear. Sorry. Well, you see, it's another thing. Why do people apologise so much? I've really tried to make an effort not to say sorry unless it's really essential that I do. You know, I walk in the supermarket and you turn around well, you just go to get something off a shelf, you know, and somebody's there and they move out again and they say sorry. And I go, what for? What have they done? They're just getting their tin of baked beans off the shelf. We say sorry so unnecessarily, and I've really been working on that for a long time. So sorry, I didn't mean to say sorry then. So probably that's it. Actually, I had a thought about, here she goes, I hear you say. I did have a thought about, I'll see if it's going to flow, about sharing something about the morning my husband died. Oh, that's jolly, I hear you say. Oh, that's really uplifting. No, it was just such a rather lovely thing that sort of happened well, as he began to pass or whatever, because he was on anyway, I'll try telling it and see what happens. God, I waffle. So we had the hospital bed in the front room. And, you know, it was quite apparent that it was getting near the end. And on the Friday, we'd had some friend rounds, and Goody wasn't really talking, you know, very much. He was pretty drugged out by then. And, but, you know, we had friends round and we were keeping the vibe high and, you know, trying to have some laughs and keep it all light and sunny and all that kind of thing. And then on the Saturday, and we didn't sleep at all for about a fortnight. It was just not possible with his restlessness and stuff. And so about 6 o'clock in the morning, there was my sister and Goody's daughter, and who were stalwart figures throughout, I might say. And it was about 6 in the morning, and suddenly I thought everything's got to change. And I started sort of, you know, cleansing the area with my smudging stick and, you know, just blessing around that area. And I said to them, you know, this morning we'll just keep this area really respectful. And, you know, I put a table there with some crystals on and things like that. And as I was beginning to smudge it, and I said no food or anything here and today, and you know, I just feel, you know, we get it ready, sort of thing. And as I was doing the smudging and just cleansing the area, I thought, oh, hello, White Cloud's here. So I said to the girls, you know, I think White Cloud wants to come and say something. So I stood at the top of the bed, and they were either side. So I was at his head and they were either side. And White Cloud just came through, and he didn't speak in English. He spoke in that, what I find to be beautiful, sort of Native American tongue of old, would I say. And he just started in this, you know, to speak in this, whatever it is, in his voice, and say these beautiful words. And as he was doing it, he was sort of, my hands were over Goody's head and around his heart. And as he was speaking, I can't do it now, I'm not even going to try, but he was saying, you know, well, I am going to try, obviously, but he was doing this as he was speaking, and it was as if he was lifting his soul, sort of to lift his soul out of his body. It was very intense, very beautiful, really. And then when he'd finished, I started speaking in light language, which I very rarely do, because, to be honest, I find it so bizarre. I mean, you can't make light language up. You can either speak it or you can't, because it is so fast that your brain can't think that fast, or your tongue can't. It just goes so fast. So I don't know whether that was a federation part of, all I know, it was very fast light language. And whoever, started doing the same and doing this thing of sort of lifting from his heart, doing this sort of thing. And it was all very lovely. And we finished. And it just finished in reverence. And a few minutes after that, Goody started the death rattle. Oh, God, what a thing is that? Who designed the death rattle? Please. You know, and it went on for, I think, almost about 18 hours. It was quite incredible. You know, and when I say I'm used to the death rattle, not something I put on my tape recorder every 5 minutes. But it was I've been there for both my parents when they've passed over, which is an absolute honour to be there, I feel. And so my father had the death rattle terribly when he started. I'm like, what is that noise coming from the bedroom? You know, awful, terrible noise that people have to. I mean, I get it and all that kind of thing, but really, God, is that necessary? Terrible. And so this death rattle, but so I sort of feel, we just feel because his, anyway, I won't go into all the details and everything, but it was just, I just wanted to share that with you because I felt like as if White Cloud had helped for his soul to to sort of almost be detached from that last 18 hours, which were, you know, pretty, they weren't terribly pleasant type thing. Um, well, I say that, but it was quite bizarre because, God, I'm waffling now, aren't I? Look at me go. Um, there was about, I don't know, at one point, 8 or 9 women around Goody's bed. And because it was going on and on, hour after hour, we were like, come on. And so instead of all this meditation music, I said, oh, let's put some jolly music on. Perhaps he's listening, thinking, dear God, don't send me off like this. So his one of his favorite songs was "Go Go Johnny Go Go Go." So we put this music on, and there was all of this women. I mean, how respectful, hey? All of us women around the deathbed going, "Go Go Goody Go Go Go," which some people might find really bizarre, but we were just trying to lighten the whole procedure for him, if you know what I mean. And in his, he couldn't respond at that time, but I'm sure, well, I know he would have thoroughly enjoyed all these women around his bed, and you know, having a laugh or whatever as much as we could about it. So there we are. Didn't expect to say all that today. I don't know how interested you are, but there we are. That's what's going on this video. And now I'm going to stop and I'm going to ask White Cloud to come in and talk some sense, or, oh no, oh, shut up, Blossom, shut up and just get on. Okay, thank you for letting me share that with you. It felt nice. Okay, I'm going to bring I'm going to bring the Indian in, if I may. A very warm welcome, as always, to each and every one who enjoys to come to Blossom's channel to watch her channel. I am quite good at jokes. Blossom is saying, I hope you can do better than that in time, White Cloud. My dear friends, it is that Blossom says she does not know what to say, yet she always finds something to amuse, does she not?
And she always says to me before we begin, I hope you've got yourself sorted because I can't cater for you as well and what you are to say. Because she knows also that what I have to share with you has been said many times. We are not of the way that we come through to say this is happening there and this is what is taking place there, and be careful when you listen to that, and yes, that is true and that is not true, etc., etc., and go into the depths of occurrences that are taking place upon your planet. That is not our role. And that is not the role of the Federation of Light. We made agreements between us to come down through Blossom and to uplift. And how many ways are there that one can uplift? Many. If you are on your own and you are feeling down and you need to uplift your being, all you need do is close your eyes and think of someone you love. Think of a time that was funny. Think of looking at flowers and smelling their aroma. Think of children playing. There are so many things upon your planet that are a given to uplift. So I ask that you do not take them for granted. Appreciate them more and more and more. If you were to stop on a walk, instead of just walking past a bush of flowers, instead of walking past and thinking what a lovely smell, they look pretty, stop and hold one in your hand. Hold it and look at the glory and the intricacy of a flower. Just one specimen of a flower that will uplift you, and give thanks for that flower, and then look up. Blossom is saying to me, don't say look up into the blue sky, because around her parts where she lives there is very little of that these days. But make the most of everything. When you turn on a tap to fill your kettle, give thanks for the water. The Blossom is saying, well, it isn't necessarily always of the most refreshing because of what is maybe put in that water. She is going to really dampen everything I say this day, I feel. And it is that she is laughing a lot, but as those who know me well probably know that I am unable to laugh through Blossom. It comes out as a snort. I'm also unable to sing. It is something to do with the voice box that we cannot maneuver, if you like, to enable that to happen. But if I was able to be laugh, I would be ho-ho-hoing, as Santa Claus would say. Do you feel the love in your heart for all that is? Have you felt over the years that your understanding of love has grown? Do you feel it on a deeper level? Do you appreciate love on a different level now, in these days, in these times? Yes, nod your head, because it is inevitable that you do. Because as you allow love to become you, as you listen to channelings, etc., that assist you with telling you to find who you are, to remember, recover, recall who you are in essence, even though you might not understand exactly where to go, if you like, to do that, to make that happen. The very fact that you are being sent that message to recall who you are is triggering in your brain, within your being, in your cells of your body, to bring forth that recollection, to bring forth the feeling of love as it expands within you, because it is you. And yet upon your planet, is it not that much has been designed to push you down? So much upon your planet is there to dampen. If you understand that, when you understand that, then what are you going to do? Are you going to sit down and be depressed and say, what can I do? How can I overcome such power of the wrong energy, because it comes from all angles and I don't stand a chance? Because some do. Or are you, my friends, as a warrior of great light, simply going to say to yourself, I will not succumb to these energies that pull me down and sink me into the mud? No, I know better. I can and I will rise above these energies that are there to suppress. Because when you understand they are there to do that, then all you need do, as I say, is say, no, I'm not going to be drawn in. I am going to blossom out. I am going to do everything I know to keep me in a vibrant energy. I am going to go out now and for a walk instead of sitting here feeling depressed, and I am going to smile at everybody I pass. You do not have to be on a worldwide stage, if you like, and speak of ways to lift in order to lift yourself and others. Every single one of you that hears these words I have to say, you are upon your planet to keep that vibration high. Everything you do, Wherever you are, whoever you are with, remember who you are and why you are here. And again, I repeat, I repeat, I repeat, I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. Say it over and over and over again. Say it when you are listening to somebody who isn't quite, as Blossom would say, blowing your blouse up. Maybe a little boring in the conversation. Say the mantra within inside of you and send that soul light, because it isn't that you want to think about that soul as a boring soul. It is just that perhaps the conversation is not flowing in a direction that suits you. So counteract that thought by saying the mantra. Any thought that does not appeal to the light and love that you are, counteract it by saying, I am the light, I am the love, I am the truth, I am. I am going to repeat something Blossom said quite a while ago when she was on a video about when she recognizes that a thought she is having may not be of a compatible vibration to that which she desires. The minute she has that thought, she will know now to say, this thought is not coming from me. This is coming from a collective, if you like, and has entered in, but it is not who I am or how I choose to think, maybe about others or a situation. And so what she does is when she recognizes that, instantly she imagines a tennis ball and a racket and she throws that up and she hits it and she watches the ball go as far as it can to take away that thought. Always recognize when you have a thought that is not gelling with who you are. Recognize it straight away. There was a time I could not do that. So many things I can do over the years, except laugh or sing. Maybe one day. But be aware of your thoughts. And if they do not suit or satisfy, hit them far, far away and replace with maybe just a mantra or a loving thought. Do not beat yourselves up, because I am aware that so many of you do. You feel yourselves unworthy, or not good enough for this or that, or my artwork isn't as good as, my whatever it may be isn't as good as. I was speaking with someone a while back, and they happened to be extraordinarily talented in photography. Yet they do not feel that. They feel others' work is always better. And I said to this dear soul that by telling yourself you are not worthy, you are not good enough, in a way, it is an insult to the gift that you have been given. If you are always trying to compare yourself with another, you will always be finding fault. Tiny little things that are not worth thinking about. It is an insult to the I am of who you are to say I am not good enough about anything, about who you are. Drop the I am not worthy. I cannot do this as well as another, so why bother? If you feel a desire within yourself to do anything, do it with love and passion. Because it is that passion that allows time to disappear. It is that passion that keeps the vibration of your planet high. The reason I paused there was because Blossom was saying to me, there are people on the planet White Cloud who do not know what their passion is. If that is the case with you, close your eyes and breathe and say the mantra. And you might think, oh, White Cloud, please. Do it. Say the mantra over and over again and breathe as you do so, giving out the intention of love to the planet. Each soul can become, if not already, passionate about that. Can you not? My dearest souls, do you have any inclination of how well you are doing? How much you are changing your planet by lifting it in light and love and laughter? Do you get it? Do you understand that is the plan? As Blossom mentioned in the last channeling with the Federation, what a divine plan. All one has to do is enjoy themselves, and we are fulfilling our mission. It is true. It is true. It is true. So put a smile on your face. Remember, you are here to smile and to laugh and to appreciate the beautiful things upon your planet. Remember that, and all will be well. For one moment, through my eyes, I send you so much love. Anatta. Eo. Matahea. Kena se taya. we give thanks to the Divine Oneness for allowing this conversation to take place. We ask always that we may remain humble in order to serve and to receive, and that we may continue to walk boldly as the light and the love. Adieu, my friends. Many thanks. Adieu.
There we go. Right, I'm really not going to carry on anymore. I just want to say thank you to each and everyone for listening, and for all your ongoing support and love, and for everything that you do, every smile you offer. How grateful we as one are to each one as one. We've got this. We truly have got this. Onwards, ever onwards. Many thanks, people. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.